Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Saran. I hope you all are well. In this video we will talk about how to write pie chart or how to attempt pie chart. In the previous video I have explained all the vocabulary used and the tips you need to keep in mind while attempting pie chart. So in this video I will show you how to write and how to make the sentences, how to compare the data in pie chart. Right. So moving on to the pie chart. So here's the statement given. The pie chart below shows the percentage of electricity production by fuel source in France in 1990 and 2010. Here comes the pie chart given. You can see here the data has changed over the time. Here the coal was 17%. The usage of coal for the electricity production was 17%. It reduced to 13%. Oil was 22% and it remained to 13%. Nuclear power here is 17%. Here is 2%. Natural gas is 28%. Here the natural gas is 4%. Drastic change, right? And what remained left, I think all are done. Moving ahead with how to write introduction for task 1. I have already explained it. You can check out in the previous video. But I will tell you how. You just need to rephrase. Right, you will rephrase the given statement. Nothing to do with this. It is very simple. The pie chart compare the amount of electricity created from 5 different sources of fuel in France in 1990 and 2010. These were oil, coal, natural gas, hydropower and nuclear power. I have changed the underlined words, right? I have added this as well. This will increase the length of your introduction. Right, it is very simple. Instead of writing in 1990 and 2010, you can also write between 1990 and 2010. You can use between, or you can use over the period of 2 decades. Right, you can use different words to describe the time frame. This is the time frame. You can use different words between, over the period of 2 decades, or you can also write over the given period of time, right? Over the given period of time, right? So here you will see where's the rough work. Next we need to write the overall, right? The pattern of writing task 1 is introduction, then comes the overall, and after that you will mention 2 of the BPs. So please focus upon what I am saying, that how to write overall for the pie chart. It will be very simple. Please pay attention to this. What you will do is you will transfer the data given in pie chart to a table. I will make a table here. That will be very effective and you will be easily able to recognize that what happened, what increased and what decreased. So pie chart data. You will not write this thing on the paper, on your examination sheet. This is the rough work, right? You can simply do it on your paper, the paper in which the statement is given, right? First is the coal, oil, natural gas. Next is the hydropower. And the last one is nuclear power. You will write down the data provided for 1990 and 2010. Coal was 28% and it reduced to 13%. Oil was 22 and it reduced to 13 as well. Natural gas was 28. It reduced to 4. And the hydropower was 6, reduced to 2. And the natural power was 17, increased to 67. Right. So in the form of a table, you will be able to easily recognize that what happened. Obviously this is the previous one and this is 2010. So you will here you will write difference. First you will make the arrows so that it will be more convenient to you. It decreased. This also decreased. This also decreased. The last one, the nuclear power, the usage of nuclear power for electricity production increased over the given period of time. Now you can also write the difference. 15%, 9%, 24%, 4%, and it increased by 50%. So with this you will be able to write that what increased and what decreased. As I have already told you, in the overall you will not write any of the data. You will not write any of the percentage, right? You just need to write what increased and what decreased. The people who have watched my video related to the pie chart vocabulary, they may be knowing the difference between the dynamic and static data. If you haven't checked it, you can check it out. I will provide the link for that. So we are provided with the data with the gap of 2 decades, that is 20 years. So obviously this is the dynamic data, so in which we will show trends, that is increase and decrease. So here is the overall. On the basis of this I have written the overall. Overall, comma, the use of nuclear power for generating electricity in France increased considerably. You can see here, right? Increased considerably. However, this is the connector. For comparison, this increased and the another one decreased. The usage of natural gas declined sharply over the 2 decades. Here you can see much difference, right? This is the highest one and this is the lowest one. Highest and lowest difference is provided over the 2 decades. In addition, this is also the connector. You can finish your overall here as well, but if you want to increase it, you can also add. In addition, oil and coal saw declines and hydropower showed a slight decrease in consumption. Right? I hope you have understood. With the help of a table, you will be able to write the overall very effectively. So use this technique to write overall for the pie chart, especially for the pie chart. Moving on to the BPs. So here is the BP. First BP is nuclear power as a source of energy stood at just below 1/5 in 1990. Just below 1/5 means 17%, as 1/5 means 20%. So it was below 1/5 in 1990. However, this is to say opposite thing. It showed a marked increase by 2010, comprising 67% of electricity production in France. Right? We have compared the data of 1919 and 2010. Right? You need to compare the data that is more effective. In contrast, not only this, I have compared the data of nuclear power. Instead of comparing the nuclear power data, I have compared it with another data given for the natural gas. So that's why I have used the connector in contrast. Natural gas saw a big drop in supply from nearly a quarter in 1990. Nearly a quarter means 25%. Quarter means 25%. So nearly, as you have to write the fractions in pie chart. Keep this thing in mind, right? So nearly a quarter in 1990 to an insignificant minority, that is 4%. I have used the fraction as well as the percentage. That is right. You can see here it decreased. Moving on to the next. Hydropower was the least popular form of energy in both the years. You can see here 6%, and in 2010 it was 2%. There was no major difference. So the least popular. Moving on to the next BP. Similarly, oil and coal saw declines. Means the usage of coal and oil decreased over the given period of time. Oil accounted for just under a quarter of electricity production in 1990. You can see here 22%. I have written just under a quarter. Quarter means 25%. But this is for the comparison as well. This is the connector, you can say. By 2010, this dropped to 13%. Right. Additionally, this is the connector to add another line. Coal stood at just above 1 in 10, that is 10%, as a source of fuel for electricity, compared to 28% in 1990. I have written just above 1 in 10. So you can see here 13%, just above 1 in 10, that is 10%. So it was 28% in the previous year. It is clear that nuclear power became the most relied on form of energy for producing electricity by 2010. See this difference. This has increased. So that's why I have written the most relied form of energy. Right? I hope you have understood that how to write the BPs overall, especially the overall, how to mention the overall for the pie chart. Please focus on the lines I have made. Each and every line is different from one another. Right? I have compared the data as well, not only in 1990 and 2010, but the comparison of different sources. I have done that as well. So make different lines, try to make different lines. Do not repeat the lines. For example, this was more, this was less, this was more, this was less. No, that will be of no use. You must have the flavor in which you are writing. So this will grab the attention of the examiner. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked the content and this was helpful to you.